Hey, welcome back to another video. Welcome to my corner of Amazon KDP and Time Freedom Central. I've been publishing books on Amazon for 2.5 years. And last year, around the same time, I started promoting my self-paced course, The Book Income Stream Machine. Since then, we've had 180 students join us. We have a private community for that. That is what I've been building videos around. And something that I saw recently in the marketplace is that people are getting rejected on Canva with their covers. And we covered this in the program, but I wanted to share just some updates on my end. As a self-publisher, I published 504 books at the time of this recording. I've sold over $400,000 in book sales since 2022. And we're like hovering at $90,000 in royalties. The majority of my books are hardcover journals. And that is where that big margin comes from. Last June, Amazon raised the price to print hardcover. So the royalties went way down. Things have slowed down. But when I think about KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, and books on demand, to me, there isn't another way that is as attractive as Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing for building a behind the scenes income. And I say that because my background in digital marketing required me to kind of be forward facing, right? I have this YouTube channel. I'm actually an extrovert, but that doesn't always work for everybody. And so Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing actually is kind of like a faceless income stream, which if you Google the most popular income streams that are faceless, people will say YouTube. People don't really think about Amazon KDP. And it's kind of this underground, I mean, you guys know about it because you're here, but it is an opportunity to build something. And so anyway, so people online have been talking about the difficulty of publishing when your books are getting rejected in Canva. And we talk about this a lot. Last April, Canva came out and said that third-party elements that are designed by artists aren't actually able to have ownership, copyright ownership. You can have commercial release, but Amazon actually requires copyright ownership to be able to publish those things. So moving forward, if you have anything that is a pro element, it is a best practice to try to update it with a free element on KDP. The second thing is being able to use things like Procreate, draw your own, hire an artist. People use Creative Fabrica, and people are even turning to AI today to be able to create something custom. And this has just been on my mind. I was at the gym this morning. I'm still red in the face and sweaty, but I wanted to talk to you guys. I've missed you guys because there is some missing elements that you need to understand to be successful with Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. And I've decided that I'd like to do something like a Google form or a sign-up sheet where you will type in what you want to publish on Amazon, and I will do some research for you with you in YouTube videos. This is something that I do inside of my coaching program, the Book Income Stream Machine. The only difference is it's more hands-on and it's live. But I still think understanding the ability to publish stems down to one thing. And this is the same for everything as a marketing coach, a business coach, is that there needs to be a demand, right? And that's the only reason that we use keywords, because we actually want to make sure that what we are publishing is in demand. And so you've probably watched some of my free trainings. You've probably watched, I have over 500 YouTube videos here about it, but a lot of people make the mistake of publishing something that they're excited about without doing the proper market research. And when there is a market gap, there is more opportunity to be able to make money and publish successfully. The second part of understanding the market gap, so the first part is understanding keyword research, is making sure that we're not publishing in a space that's overly competitive or overly saturated. And there is so much opportunity on Amazon KDP because new trends happen all the time. And because of new trends, it reminds me that like abundance is alive. So if you have told yourself the story that there's not enough room for you, then you're right. And so having a mindset shift around your own scarcity, have a tiny funeral for yourself and tell yourself, no, that's not me. I'm going to make room for myself by finding something that's in demand and that has low competition, that I can actually build out a brand. And many of you have asked this before. Of my 504 books, there's like 128 of them that sell regularly, and the majority of that, about 98% of the 128 books, are all in the same niche. And so what I did to be successful, to sell retail sales of over multiple six figures, is I decided to build out one niche. And one reason that I decided to build out one niche is because I could collapse time by repurposing. And when I started publishing in 2022, I was publishing in every niche. If I saw a YouTube video and they said it was in demand, I would go publish a book. And then I'd watch another YouTube video and then I would go publish a book. And what I was doing was planting trees instead of planting one tree and then growing that tree branch by branch, limb by limb, leaf by leaf. So I want you to think about your Kindle Direct Publishing book on demand journey like planting one tree. And in the beginning, you might have to plant a couple trees, but once you see any type of success, I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells, go back into that niche and think about what you can do to nurture that niche to grow branches and limbs and leaves on it. Okay. A lot of people will get stuck in and kind of burnt out by, first they'll do, let's see, gratitude journal, and they'll publish it in like 16 different colors. And that's really fun because when you're brand new, you feel like you have this autonomy to do it. But what happens is everyone does that, and we need to fill the market gap. Okay. And some of you might be thinking like low content books, which is repeated pages, is oversaturated. That is not always the case because there are trends that are developed and released or talked about all the time that create it, that create a space for you. Okay. And most of my 128 books are based off of an evergreen niche. The sales spike in January because people really want the new me, new year type of feeling in their, with their books. So that's a niche that I'm comfortable publishing over and over and over and over and over again. And it took me a little while to get there. And so if you're like, Jenny, I've published 10 books and nothing happened, that's not enough. That's not enough. That is saying, okay, I just went to the gym, right? That's saying like, Jenny, I did 10 push-ups and nothing happened. We have to do more to build the muscle, right? We have to flex our agency. We have to do more to say like, oh, I'm actually losing body fat. And that's kind of been my journey. I started like in March of really getting back into fitness. You guys know my background is I played soccer in college. I was #1 in the nation for goals and assists. And I put everything into my books the past 2 years. And then last year when I was building out my coaching program, I was like, I have put myself on the back burner in not a good way. And so now it's time to take that health back. And this is a book in demand that I got. Let me show you. Okay. Low content, nutrition logbook. Okay. So like the best way for me to lose body fat is to stay in a calorie deficit, get my steps and lift heavy and get good sleep and drink water. So this nutritional logbook makes like $14 to $18 a day, and I bought it. And it's something that I would publish in. Okay. So like that's an example. And I want you, when you see this book, if you decide to do something like this, what can you do to make this book different? What can you do that doesn't just copy it? Okay. Because the algorithm, Amazon, Beth Bezos, we call him, right? For legal purposes, we switch around his name. This book is already winning the algorithm for reviews historical data, and current sales. And so a lot of times you might think that you could be just as successful as a book that's 5 years old, but they're filling the market gap for that book. So you need to be smart about your positioning and think about what's the tree that I can grow next to this one that would really help the customer have their problem solved. And if we go back to this book, let me open it really quickly. There's something in here like, I'm not getting that serious. This has a sodium page, like you fill out your sodium. I'm not going down the rabbit hole that deep about filling out my sodium, but I do see a market gap here that like, what if this was for women? And there was another page maybe for a women's menstruation cycle and being able to rest on those days. Or you guys know that I love fasting. I fasted every single day in 2023. And some days it was like 18 hours, some days it was 20. My longest fast was in March and it was 10 days. And I've been very tempted to share that on this channel, but it doesn't seem like that really hits. But the fasting journal, right? There's all these things. So just think about your journey as that tree. What I really wanted to say in this video, thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe. I'll put a link in the description because I want you to tell me what you're interested in. And I need to think of a clever name for this series where you'll give me feedback on a niche and I'll do a research video and post it on YouTube for you. To help you see like what's in demand, what's validated, and like how you can get started to build out a tree that has lots of big chunky branches that have limbs that have leaves. Okay. The books are the leaves and it can be really successful. Okay. I recently started another coaching program helping people build an email list that want to be forward facing, that are small business owners. And we recently did a launch and we're looking to do another launch in September. So if you're interested in that free training, that will be September 5th. And I'll also put a link in the description of this video. It's with one of my dear friends. She's also a marketer. Her name is Sarah. And we're building out a coaching program right now with 10 women, helping them build their email list and get paid for leads. For those of you that are listening that you're like, oh yeah, I acquire leads and I have to pay Muck Zuckerberg for them. I don't want to do that anymore. This program is designed to help people get paid for leads. So anyways, check the description out. Let me know how I can serve you. And I love you guys. Peace out.